Hello everyone, in this short video I'll show you step by step how to use Digipad to create a collaborative digital wall for your students or trainees. So by the end of this video, you will know how to create a pad, add content to this pad, choose a layout, invite your learners, and manage privacy. First of all, let's define what a pad is. A pad is a digital wall where you and your students can post your notes, images, links, or files. It's a great for brainstorming and projects. Let's create a pad. You click on create a pad. You go to the digipad.app. You open the browser and you just write digipad.app and you create a pad. You need to give it a name. For example, I need to name this trainees pad and I create it. Here it is. That's the trainees pad. If you don't have an account on Digipad, then you can copy this link and share it with your students. Here you have the gear icon for the setting where you have the link to your Digipad and the QR code. You can share this link with your students and copy it whenever you want. This is the layout of my pad. If you don't like the layout, then you can change it with the setting. So if you choose the display, you either have a wall. Let's create a number of capsules in the pad to show you how I display the capsules. So on the first capsule, I need to write the content of the lesson. Here is the content. Every time I create content, I need to validate it. If you have already the content on your laptop, then you can add a file and choose, for example, information about Digipad. You can upload this content. And once you upload the content, you need to validate it. That's the first. Capsule. I can add another capsule and I name it resources. If I need to add resources for my students, if I don't want to add a file, I can add a link to a YouTube explaining how to use the pad. For example, I can validate it again and show it. Now you have different display options. You can go to the display options and choose whether you want it to appear as a wall or whether you want a vertical flow for the capsules, like here they appear vertically, or columns where you name them, you put them under columns with specific titles and subtitles in the column. That's concerning the layout. If you want to add content, then you need to write here the content. Suppose the content includes exercises, then you write exercises and you add the content. How do you add the content? By adding a capsule. You just click on the plus to add capsule, and this is exercise 1, for example, where you write the exercise. If you don't want to write it, you add a file and your students open the file and you validate it every time. Suppose you want to add to your capsule other types of content, not only a file, then you need to choose the icon for the audio recordings if you want to use a collaborative document with your students. If you want to allow your student to comment on the files or to write the reviews of the files, then you need to choose these options, because Digipad allows you to upload text, images, links, PDF, audio, and videos. So if you want these, then you need to turn them on so that students can give you comments and discuss the content of your pads. If you want to invite learners to see the pads, then you need to copy the QR code and the link. If you don't want anyone to see your pad, then you need to change the privacy. If you don't want it to be public, you choose it to be private or protected with a code. I mean, students cannot have access to the pad unless they have the code to it. Even you can even control the contributions of your students. So either you choose it to be open, everyone can contribute to the pad by adding capsules, or you choose it to be moderated, or you close it completely. You can also customize the display and the log. If you don't like this background, then you can change another simpler background. That's how you customize the look. You can, if you want to create an account on Digipad, then you can create account and organize your pads or export your pads. So here how you create the pad, how you name it, how you use columns with examples and students' work, for example. You can add a text capsule with instructions on how to do the exercises. Also, you can turn on comments here, on reactions, on the exercises and the content. And finally, you share the QR code with your students. And that's it. This is an example of a pad that I've just created to welcome trainees in an EdTech workshop. I created several columns, one column for with the names of the participants and the subjects they teach and the cycles, one column to including the links to the resources and the pages, one column for the workshop evaluation, and that's it. This is how we created a Digipad. This is how we added content to it. This is how we invite learners and manage our privacy. You can try it with a very small activity first. That's all. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to WeTeach.U for more tips and tutorials.